Hello everyone and welcome to Usitility. Today we are going to see how to play Path to Nowhere on PC using the brand new BlueStacks 5, that is designed for blazing fast speed and high-octane action. We will be able to easily download and install Path to Nowhere and enjoy the game on our Windows PC with keyboard, mouse and big screen thanks to BlueStacks 5, which is the Android emulator that we recommend to play Path to Nowhere. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before anything else my friends, the first thing to do is to launch our favorite internet browser. We have here the one we use by default. Let's continue, going to that URL I have highlighted in green color. There you are seeing it on the screen. There is no need to type the URL, because I provided a clickable link in the description of this video and as well in the first main comment. We ended up on this page on our own internet site of Usitility, in which we have an in-depth explanation on the best way to download Path to Nowhere on PC. We search lower a tad and mouse click on the Download Game on PC button. Once clicking on that link, we get to the site of BlueStacks. No panic, it is simply the Android emulator that we will use to get access to the game Path to Nowhere on the PC. It is now obvious that we have some pros of preferring using that emulator. So we are on the way to start downloading the Path to Nowhere by simply clicking on this button Play on BlueStacks that I have marked in green color. We then click on it. Of course, the download takes no time at all. Voila, here is located the download. It's a file we have to execute. What we have to do now is to run the executable file. Okay, then we click on this file. Windows 10 users will be asked for permission to allow modifications to the system. We clicked yes. I minimize the web browser to start to see the installation software better. The installation software is quite simple. It is made up of a couple of possibilities: install, and setup path. I am going to talk about what setup path really does. We simply just click on it. And therefore we discover that we got here the path in which the emulator can be installed. If we have to modify this folder we must click on the Browse button, and therefore we opt for another folder and set up the emulator exactly where we choose. To keep it simple, just keep it where it is. I simply click on Back. Therefore I pick Install. Fantastic. The install commences and it is going to commence with the download of all these megabytes that happens to be displayed on the screen. As you download it, it might possibly be more or less megabytes. The download rate will go faster or at a lower speed, subject to your connection and according to the speed of the emulator web servers. Today they are running rather fast. The download is finished, and now it proceeds with the installation phase. With BlueStacks 5 you can even reduce RAM usage with a single click. Especially useful if you ever face performance-related problems. In addition, you can activate Eco Mode to enjoy 87% reduced CPU usage, 97% reduced GPU usage and easier multitasking. As you can see, BlueStacks 5 is built to provide stability and performance during long gaming sessions. The installation has already finished for me. At present, the emulator has actually been started on autopilot. As you can discover, at the bottom of the screen, we have a progress bar which will fill up, and when it comes to the end, the emulator is launched for the first time. Indeed, the emulator is already started, there for the very first time. Before we keep going, as you understand, it created a couple of app icons here on the computer desktop. The BlueStacks and BlueStacks multi-instance. Note that the BlueStacks icon will be one we are considering. Every time we would like to start Path to Nowhere on the desktop or laptop, we twice mouse click on this particular app icon and consequently start the emulator. The BlueStacks multi-instance icon allows you to launch multiple emulator instances. And with BlueStacks 5's new improved multi-instance manager in Eco Mode, players can run more game instances faster and with less lag. Shall we make the next phase, which is actually a must-have, and that is to begin to browse the Google Play Store. And we'll mouse click on Play Store. As you can view, the Google Play is presented. At this point we have got to log on. So now the moment we're right here, we must definitely do this next step that is definitely mandatory. So we simply click on Sign In. Presently it announces Checking Info. It might occasionally get stopped at Checking Info, and it fails to move ahead. In this case, you should attempt to connect to your account after a number of hours and it will most probably be repaired. At this time we shall provide our email address and password. The email is required to be a Gmail email as well as its corresponding password. For example, you may use the exact same email you're using at this moment in your YouTube account. So that I will provide my details and I'll return after I have done it. Voila! Information typed. Find out Google welcoming us and supplying us the twos. We will consent to them by hitting I agree. Following that, it allows us to back up to the Google Cloud. You might keep it checked and this will produce a backup of the data on this device to Google Drive. I won't select it, you do what you want. We mouse click on Accept. Google Play, formerly Android Market, is started without need to open it manually and on autopilot. To set up the game, we are required to visit the emulator desktop for Android by clicking on this icon designated green colored. At present that we are exploring the desktop of that emulator for Android, we notice that we have there the Install Video Game option. We click on the button. Listed here we access to the Android game. How about we just click here on the Install choice that I am presenting now in green. That click will initiate the software setup. Right now it would install the video game. It can take a while or it could possibly be very quick. It again all is subject to on our own web connection. This has just completed setting up. It's time to go back to the emulator desktop by simply clicking on this specific option I'm highlighting in green, that allows you to run Path to Nowhere for the very first time. You are at present on the emulator desktop, and so we are preparing to simply click on the new Path to Nowhere software icon that has been created. Your Android game is started for the first time. So there we have it. I can also click anywhere on the screen and also make use of the keyboard. I have to talk about the sound level of that emulator. This is here. We use the icon of higher volume and also the icon of lower volume. This manner we will not depend on the Windows volume to increase or decrease the sound of your emulator. And also to appreciate the experience to the greatest, we should activate the big screen, for which we have two options. This one is simply the very first one. We simply click on that icon which I am showing in green. Thus the display screen is maximized, experiencing one border on top, one on the right side and one at the bottom. Granted that we aspire to play the app using all the screen, we hit that app icon. And thus we would probably presently be experiencing and enjoying the Android game in full screen function. To leave the complete screen mode, press the F11 key. And additionally we would undoubtedly currently play in standard screen setting. At present, I am ready to explain you the keys mapping and that is rather exciting. That way we will be capable to make use of the game application far more effortlessly. The very first task is to mouse click this computer keyboard icon. And at this time there you will have the ability to complete the appropriate controls. I will let the default settings, but if you desire to modify that, you may very well do this without having problem. As you can observe, the emulator is absolutely in our own language. In certain cases it occurs that the emulator is presented in the incorrect language, such as, in Chinese. And as a consequence to set it up in the appropriate language we click here to the cogwheel. And thus right here throughout various other controls, we click on the language drop down. We may very well opt for the language we wish, English, Chinese, etc. When the language is determined, we are going to save, the emulator will restart, and also the Android game, the next time we use it, will as well be in the picked language. So now, you will find another thing that we need to take into consideration, and it is that we will get an email reporting that a new device has been linked to our own Google account. It will likely check with us if we're the people who have associated with that electronic device. Of course, we may not get worried, as the emulator is acting as an Android electronic device. So you can identify which tablet or smartphone is currently being emulated. We come back here, to the cogwheel and we then click on it. Let's browse here to the model selection. And there we observe that the emulator is emulating a Samsung Mobile. And so we're going to receive an email saying that a new Samsung device has been connected to our Google account. This is it guys, so much for our video tutorial. I sincerely hope you liked it, especially that you thought it was useful. If so, offer it a nice thumb up, subscribe to my channel, and any remarks, issues or ideas, let them in the comment area down below. You could also comment things on my Twitch channel. I do live streams every now and then. You have it below in the video description and in the very first pinned comment. Simply click on any of the video tutorials that happens to be showing up on the list of videos to watch and let's have fun again in the future training videos. Bye.